to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. I'd like to go ahead and please call the regular city council meeting to order and do certify that we have a quorum. Alderman Michael Myers and Alderman Reggie Paul are absent, had things come up, so we hope all is well with them, and we have been in contact, so everything's good to go. I'd like to go ahead and move into the treasurer's report. Linda, please.
July 1st, 2026 Treasurer's Report. We have payable checks in the amount of $719,872.15. 24 of those checks, representing 80% of the payable checks, are for major vendors in the amount of $572,436.28. Payroll for June 19th, 2026, to include Social Security and Medicare taxes, $294,929.53. We have one monthly bond payment, $9,901.06. Grand total payable checks, payroll, and bond payment, $1,024,702.74.
All right, thank you very much, Linda. Any questions from the alderman on the finance treasurer's report for this month? None? All right, if I could get a motion to approve the treasurer's report, the June 3rd meeting minutes, and the payment of bills, please. Motion by Walter, seconded by John. Clarification, discussion. Call the roll, please.
Kiala. Kiala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Thank you very much for that. Moving on to section 3 of our agenda. This is the old and new business. Starting off with 3.1, I'd like to go ahead and begin our evening with our employee recognition for July 2026, our esteemed employee of the month. So if I could please get Larry Doba and his supervisor up front for the presentation, please. Good. Please come right here, dead center on the there we go. All right, before I go ahead and read my stuff, which I did think I have here. There you go. Steve, could you please go ahead and talk a little bit about Larry?
I think Larry's been with us going on 8 years now. Very well-rounded employee. Anytime you need any help on anything, he's there. He's very, very knowledgeable on the building side, plumbing side. Just about anything we need, he'll jump right in and do it. So we're happy to have him.
Yeah, thanks, Steve, for that. So, you know, each month, at the beginning of the month, we post our employee of the month with a nice photo and, of course, a nice article about them. And then the best part about it is not only sending the email to Larry, which was about a week before, but also being able to notify him. But really, the most important, the thing that I love the most is reading the Facebook comments about you. And I don't know if you have, but it is just amazing to be able to see all the wonderful people in our community, not only your coworkers and those that work alongside you, but those that truly understand and respect you for what you do for our city, Larry. Your experience, your work ethic, just your professionalism, everything that you do is beyond reproach. And most know Larry in a way. I had a conversation with him one day, if you remember, out in the truck. He's like, man, I'm the bad guy. That's what he said. I'm the bad guy. I'm the one that I always got to tell everybody to comply with certain rules and regulations in our city. And it is a tough job. And, you know, but making sure that our residents in our city is complying with our ordinances to make sure that we maintain our beautiful city falls on your hands, and that is not an easy task. And so I just know that I appreciate all that you do. I know that the aldermen behind you appreciate everything that you do. And of course, all the residents that might not know exactly what you do for the city, or maybe not know the extent of what you do for the city, just know that they appreciate you, because what you do makes a huge difference in our city. And we're very blessed, as Charles Cochran said in his Facebook comment, we are extremely blessed to have someone like Larry on our team, and I could not disagree more with him, or agree with him more on that. That we are very blessed to, sorry, it's been a long day. That I agree with him on that Larry's a true asset to our team. And so, Larry, there's a couple of things that we're going to present to you tonight. First thing is the most important thing, the coveted gift of the month is the parking sign that you're going to get front. We're going to move Steve's parking down, and we're going to put yours right there. And no, but we're going to get you a spot close to Steve, okay? But it'll be up front, so you'll have the privilege of parking up front for the month as a small token of our appreciation. In addition to on behalf of the City of St. Robert and the aldermen and myself, we're going to present you with a gift card. So you can take yourself or your family or your friends, or if you want to take me, I'm available most evenings, out to dinner. We'll present you with the Mayor's Coin of Excellence on behalf of myself and the aldermen. But then most secondly important is we're going to present you with our Employee of the Month for recognized for outstanding performance and dedication, a certificate that's good for 8 hours of vacation. And so, yeah, so I'm going to give this to you first, Larry. Put that in your pocket. So not only, Larry's banking this month, and I'm going to tell you why. Not only is he going to get 8 hours of vacation, but it's his birthday this month. And so one of the newest initiatives in the City of St. Robert is that, and I'm sure most of the employees know this, that have gotten their letters in their boxes today, or yesterday, excuse me, is a new initiative in the City of St. Robert that we are going to give every employee during their birth month a small birthday present, and that is a 59-minute rule, so they can go home for 59 minutes early during the month sometime. So, huh? For you, yes. No. Steve would kill me if I said that. No, Larry, it's not every day. It is one time during your birth month, and if you don't use it then it expires. But so you're going to get 8 hours off, and then you're going to get a 59-minute rule also for your birthday. But thank you for being on our team, and I appreciate everything that you do. Yep, absolutely. Larry, do you have a few words for the comment, or anybody?
It's a team effort. When I got on here, Steve was my boss. Couldn't have done none of this without him, and my bosses I've had. So it's a team effort. It's no Larry. It's the whole city, everybody. So anyway.
Thank you, Larry.
We would be remiss if we didn't tell that he also keeps the administrative parking lot free of snow in the winter.
Oh, very good. All right. Snow removal, added to his thing. Very good. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate it. All right. Did Teresa show up?
No, I didn't see
She
it.
did not. So Teresa Stafford from American Family Insurance this month is our business showcase of the month for the month of July. We went out and presented her with her banner, took a great photo, and of course thanked her for being a business in St. Robert. So she was going to be here tonight, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. But we just want to say a big congratulations and thanks to her and her team for all that they do for the City of St. Robert, but really deciding to be a business in St. Robert. So we want to thank her for that. So, all right, moving on to yards of the month. Charles, do you have the other ones that I can read off real quick? So we're blessed this evening to have, as you know, Charles and a few of the aldermen and a team work on our Yard of the Month program every month. And so we don't normally get to have our awardees present, but we do have one tonight, so I'm going to hold off on them for just a second. But I do want to recognize by name the other yards of the month for the City of St. Robert for July of 2026. And so for Ward 1, it's Virginia Schnabel. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you. Ward 2, Yard of the Month, is presented to Robert and Young Linger. Linginger, thank you very much, Charles. And for Ward 4 is Linda Betherum. Betherum, very good. All right, these names are tough. Charles will make sure that those certificates presented to the residents. And again, we always appreciate that the extra work that they put in to make sure that their yards are beautiful for the City of St. Robert. But tonight, we are very blessed to have Ward 3, right? Ward 3 represented tonight. It should be a challenge which ward can have the most vocalness of this month. Anyway, Ward 3 wins tonight because we are blessed to have the Perez family. So Perez family, please come on up. Charles, please join me. In addition to them receiving a certificate from the city, each resident, and I'll let Charles go ahead and tell that story, but each resident receives something else. So Charles, please.
Each resident receive a $25
Please.
gift certificate for their efforts to maintain the yards. And just as a small token from the city, we appreciate the way you maintain the yard. It's really nice. Thank you for what you're doing. Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks, Charles. And I'm going to add to it a little bit because I have the pleasure of living in Ward 3, and I get to drive down Ridgeview Creek and get to see the Perez's lawn every day. And the one thing that stands out the most is your American flag. Proudly flying every day, waving in the wind. That is probably the most impressive thing of it. But additionally, the yard is well manicured. The flowers are blooming very beautifully. And I always see Mr. Perez out there with his John Deere getting after it, taking care of his lawn. And so to the Perez, it blew up this morning. That's the latest update. It blew up, but good news for John Deere. He bought another one. All right, which should be delivered today, hopefully, because we can't let your lawn get bad. Now, if you ever need lessons on cutting grass, come down to my lawn. I'll give you some additional lessons. I will never win Yard of the Month, but I just want to sincerely thank you for the work that you put in. And his beautiful wife was telling him about a couple of weeks ago about how much he deserved to win Yard of the Month, right? That's what spouses do, right? They encourage us to do better and stuff. And she told him, you deserve to be Yard of the Month. Little did we know that he was selected by a panel for this month. And so your intuitions were right, and he deserves this. So congratulations to you. Charles, please give him the picture. Congratulations. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. You can either exit stage left or have a seat for the rest of the presentations. Yeah. We won't be much longer. We got a few more. All right, this one is going to be, Walter, I'm going to need you on this one.
Yes, sir.
This one is was recently just added to our agenda just a few days ago. And it's very important for me as Reggie's not here today, but I do want to thank Reggie for representing the City of St. Robert at the change of command for Fort Leonard Wood for our garrison commander, who changed out from Colonel Bartley to Colonel McCall. And so for many of you that know that Fort Leonard Wood, the garrison commander, we nickname them the mayor of Fort Leonard Wood, because that's basically what a garrison commander does, is serves kind of in that role. And so tonight we are blessed to have the former mayor of Fort Leonard Wood and soon to be soldier for life and a very dear friend of mine, Colonel Bartley. Would you please come on up here? So before we get into the recognition, because it's going to be a little bit of awkwardness, because people are going to be reading as me and you are standing here looking at the camera and staring at everybody. But it was important for me to do this tonight because I wanted to send you off with something from the city. On behalf of myself and the aldermen behind you, we wanted to recognize you for your 2 years of steadfast loyalty to the City of St. Robert, your friendship to the City of St. Robert, and all of the events that you attended for us, and to basically be the Fort Leonard Wood representative. it was very important for us to thank you in a small way. And so, without further ado, everybody please stay seated. Walter, would you please read the city proclamation?
Real quick. Hear ye, hear ye. A proclamation from the city of St. Robert, Missouri, honoring Colonel Stephen Bartley for distinguished leadership and strengthening the partnership between Fort Leonard Wood and the city of St. Robert. Whereas the city of St. Robert recognizes leaders whose vision, collaboration, and commitment strengthen the enduring partnership between Fort Leonard Wood and the communities that proudly support America's soldiers and their families. And whereas during his tenure as garrison commander of Fort Leonard Wood, Colonel Stephen Bartley consistently demonstrated that lasting success is achieved through strong partnership, open communication, and a shared commitment to serving both the installation and the surrounding communities. And whereas Colonel Bartley's leadership fostered innovative partnership that directly benefited both Fort Leonard Wood and the city of St. Robert, including the expansion of intergovernmental support agreement for sanitation services and fire extinguisher maintenance, creating greater efficiency while strengthening cooperation between the installation and the city. And whereas under his leadership, Fort Leonard Wood received the 2024 Army Community Partnership Award in recognition of the installation outstanding collaboration with the Waynesville St. Robert Regional Airport Terminal Project, demonstrating the remarkable achievements that are possible when military and civilian partners work together towards a common vision. And whereas throughout his distinguished Army career and as garrison commander of Fort Leonard Wood, Colonel Bartley exemplified servant leadership, building meaningful partnership and strengthening the relationship between Fort Leonard Wood and the city of St. Robert, leaving a lasting legacy of friendship, collaboration, and shared success. And now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, James W. Breckenridge, Mayor of the city of St. Robert, Missouri, on behalf of the Board of Aldermen and the citizens of St. Robert, do hereby express our sincere appreciation and highest commendation to Colonel Stephen Bartley for his exceptional leadership, steadfast partnership, and lasting contribution to the city of St. Robert and Fort Leonard Wood. The city of St. Robert extended heartfelt congratulations upon Colonel Bartley's well-earned retirement from the United States Army. Through retirement that may lead him beyond Missouri, he will always be welcomed back as a cherished friend of the city of St. Robert and will forever have a place in our community. In witness whereof, I have herefore set my hand and caused the seal of the city of St. Robert to be affixed this first day of July 2026. Signed, James W. Breckenridge, Mayor, St. Robert.
Awesome. And so, real quick, I could try my butt off to convince him to stay in Missouri, because we could definitely use someone like him in our community. But he has chosen to move on, and we want to wish him, on behalf of myself, the alderman, and the entire city of St. Robert, we want to wish you all the best as you transition out into the military and into the civilian world. And I'm not sure this will be your last coin ever, but it'll be the last coin that you might receive in this area. And so I just want to give you, again, on behalf of myself and the alderman, a coin of excellence and say thank you very much for all that you did for us. Sir, would you like to say a few words to everybody?
Sure.
Please?
You know, I'm glad that the Perez family stay around, because the thing that I really admire about the St. Robert community and really Fort Leonard Wood and the relationship we have is that folks dig where their feet are, right? They're investing in the here and now. They're making St. Robert a better community. They're making by result, making Fort Leonard a better community, which directly goes back to the quality of life. And as that connectivity of a red, white, blue thread kind of ties us all together, as we see in the bunting here, it's really resulting in a better United States military, but really country writ large. So what all of you do here certainly impacts the community in which you serve and which all the folks across the various wards serve. But there are, men and women that put their head down at night on Fort Leonard Wood that are ready and more prepared to fight and win the nation's wars, because I do believe it takes a community to train a soldier, and so much of that community is right here within St. Robert. So Mr. Mayor and team and everybody, again, thank you so much. Thankfully, the Brain Trust, Ms. Lazarini, our Major Dodd will still be here, so the operation is still in very good hands. And Criminal Calls is a superb leader, and we'll do great. But I absolutely appreciate this, sir. My time here is exactly the note that I wanted to go out of my career in, so thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, before I call up a special guest, this is the time in the agenda that we offer residents of the city of St. Robert to address the Board of Aldermen in the city. Or do we have any other visitors? Do we have any visitors other than Caleb's visitors here to speak to the aldermen? None? Okay, well then at this time, I'd like to ask Caleb to please come forward for a very special guest that we have tonight for the city of St. Robert. And before we bring that guest up, I'm going to ask Caleb to come up and talk a little bit about our special guest. The aldermen don't even know about this special guest because it all happened relatively soon, but please, Senator. Caleb, thank you so much for bringing this to my attention, and it is a great honor for us to be able to do this tonight. Would you like to go ahead and talk about our special guest tonight?
Sure. So, about for the last year and a half or so, Bear here has been out every day that we run his trash route and meets the truck, helps us out, runs the controls on the truck, and stays out, and he's there every week, rain, snow, sunshine, doesn't matter. And he's been an absolute joy to have on the route. Last week I was up there and it was hot and muggy and I was not looking forward to the day at all. But as soon as we rounded the corner and we see him out there, it turns the whole day around. So we just wanted to thank him, and they're moving out of our area, so we wanted to give him a nice send-off and just say thank you for all that he's done.
So Justin and Katie, the parents of this fine young man, who is absolutely sporting the St. Robert shirt that the team got him. And we're going to bring the sanitation team up here in a second, but I just got a few words to add on to what Caleb spoke about. And so I'll tell you a funny story is I'm having dinner last night. Actually, I think it was maybe later than that. I'm not sure. I'm texting Caleb, and we finally get a phone call in, probably around 10 o'clock last night. And I said, Caleb, I said, I have an idea. I said, not only should we recognize him with a small token of appreciation, which we're going to get to, I said, but I would like to do something else. And I said, we got two choices. What do you think that this young man would like? Would he like to be inducted as an honorary mayor? Or an honorary sanitation worker? And Caleb said, he don't know what a mayor is. He will take the sanitation worker title perfectly well. And so that is no offense to me. I'm perfectly fine with that. So please allow me to read this real quick. And Bear, this is for you. So please everybody stay seated. This is an official honorary sanitation worker. This certificate, proudly declares that Bear Polk is hereby appointed as an honorary sanitation worker for the city of St. Robert.
Wow.
Bear, in recognition of this amazing enthusiasm for keeping our city clean and his deep appreciation for our incredible sanitation team, Bear is now an official member of the clean team, tasked with the very important job of waving to the trucks and helping us keep St. Robert looking its best. Given with pride by the city of St. Robert this first day of July 2026, signed by myself. And Bear, you're also going to get a coin from all of us. Look at that. That's awesome. And so I asked Caleb to ask some of the team to come up because they're the ones that get to see Bear every day. So if you work in the sanitation department, please come up for a photo. Justin, if we can get you guys center on this center staff right here. Caleb, we'll present this. There you go. Come on. Larry, you got a yellow shirt on. Come on. Come on. The more people, the better. So, Bear, this certificate is for you. And you are now an honorary member of St. Robert. How do you like that? Cool? All right, very good. Very good. We'll go ahead and take the photo, look at the camera, and smile. Do you have any great words of wisdom for everybody? He said, trash trucks are fantastic. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for raising such a great young man. Give me another round of applause. Caleb, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Whereas we will miss you in our city, we definitely want to wish you all the best as you move on to your next journey. And just thank you again for raising such a great young man, to appreciate the hard work and sacrifice that our team does each and every day in the hot, the cold, the rain, the snow, everything. All the elements, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time of our meeting where I will allow, or not, excuse me, I should not say that. At the time where you are allowed to leave if you want to before we get into the official business of the city. So if you were present, yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. Yeah. Colonel Bartley, Sergeant Major, Miss Lazarina, thank you so much. Yep, to the Polk family, thank you so much.
Isn't he cute?
Thank you very much. Are you grandma and grandpa? Yes. Oh man, if I'd have known, I brought you up. Man, I'm sorry.
Thanks to Mr. Perez.
Mr. Perez family, thank you so much. All right, everybody, thank you so much for bearing with us for those 28 minutes while we did those recognitions. I think it's always important to thank those who do so much for our city, including Little Bear Polk, who is our newest sanitation honorary worker. And so we'll expect him at work, tomorrow's Thursday. Yep, we'll expect him at work tomorrow, out there waving. All right, moving on. We are going to start on 3.6. This is a resolution to adopt the Pulaski County Multi-Jurisdictional Natural Hazards Mitigation Plan. Anita, I'll turn it over to you real quick. I know I explained it to the alderman last night in an email, but I figured if you could take a few moments to kind of address this. This is an annual mitigation plan that we have to submit.
It's a 5-year plan.
5-year plan, okay.
Merrimack Regional Planning Commission got a grant to work with Pulaski County. You're required to have a plan and it has to be updated every 5 years. We had several meetings as a county and talked about each one of our communities, and each one you can tell if you went online, looked at the plan, has our separate assets on it and what we have and what we don't have. I think it was recognized countywide. We need a storm shelter. That was one of the things that was recognized in the plan for our community. And other than that, Steve and Chief Currington and Chief Shepard, we went to several meetings on it. And we met with emergency services, so that's our plan.
Fantastic. Well, I do want to, before we get into the questions for the aldermen, I do want to sincerely thank the city team, including the two chiefs and Anita, to going to all those meetings. Really, this plan it's a pretty lengthy plan, and I know it's every 5 years, but at the end of the day, there's still a lot of work put into it, so I want to just publicly thank you for doing that. And this is a requirement for all cities and counties and stuff in the area, and so once we get this done, we will push this up. And so without further ado, I'll ask any of the aldermen, do you have any questions on the mitigation plan that was presented?
No, we had a meeting with the emergency management, and they briefed us on that, and so we were thoroughly satisfied with that, and the doctor down there read every single line of it, so we felt pretty confident that everything had been covered. But offline, I would like to address a question that may not be significant, so I want to make sure it's
Okay.
offline.
Sure.
But we feel comfortable. I think Dr. Charles wanted to say something.
Sure, Charles, go ahead.
I have a recommendation for the county based on the fact that several cities have already put in for grants for a tornado structure. They were turned down, and I think St. Robert was one of the
Yes, we
cities.
did a grant through FEMA for a storm shelter.
So my recommendation for the emergency plan is for the county to get each city to put in a recommendation, and for the county to go forward with the city's recommendation as a county approach. That gives us more oomph behind our, request to get a tornado structure, because all the cities don't have, except with the exception of Waynesville, they have one school, East and Freedom, and those structures are basically for the students that are attending the institutions in that building.
Right.
And so they can't allow the public to utilize the structure.
Yep.
So if we could get the county to get all the cities to get together and put a recommendation through the county, and the county use that approach, a team approach,
Right.
that would be better.
Yeah, no,
That's
makes
my
sense.
recommendation.
Yep, makes sense. Okay, great, thanks, Charles. Mike, Hank, did you were about ready to hit the mic? You good?
Yes, sir.
You good?
My partner
Walter said
already
it all?
answered.
Okay, good. Don, you good?
No questions.
Okay, we'll go ahead and read the resolution. So this is resolution -03. This is a resolution to adopt the Pulaski County Multi-Jurisdictional Natural Hazards Mitigation Plan. Can I get a first motion, please? Motion by Linda, second by Walter. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to 3.7 on the agenda. This is a resolution to the Board of Aldermen to the City of St. Robert, Missouri, authorizing the city engineer to conduct preliminary research, site evaluation, and feasibility studies for the proposed municipal basketball courts project. This resolution, Aldermen, is basically what we're going to do in order to begin the preparations as we look forward to 2027 and making sure that our budget is feasible to make sure that we can do this, to provide recreational opportunities for the residents of St. Robert. This resolution is going to allow us to move forward with our city engineers to begin the initial planning, site evaluation of Marys County Bank, not Marys County Bank, behind or next to Marys County Bank, which is land that is ours, and then of course was given to a little bit of us by Marys County Bank, in addition to two half-court basketball courts in two of the residential areas that have a public park. And those were
Boza and Platinum.
Boza and Platinum, that's right here, Boza and Platinum. This total design fee is for Boza and Platinum Parks to put a half-court basketball court. The design and contract documents is $13,500 for each of those. In addition to, for the full court basketball court that we want to do for our residents, that one is going to be a $15,000. So it's a total of design fee of $42,000 to pay for our engineers for this preliminary research, site evaluation, and feasibility studies for our proposed municipal basketball court project. Are there any questions from the aldermen? I know that was a lot that I just threw out there, but I just wanted to
So
make
this
sure.
is just to vote on having somebody do the study.
Yes, ma'am. So it's for us to allocate the $42,000 in funds for the engineers to do the feasibility study to basically do engineer work. And then they will come back to us with the proposed of what it'll look like, what the proposed cost will be, and all those things. Then we can, talk about improvements to it, like, do we put a fence around it? Do we put lights at the basketball court so they, the kids can play in the evening when it gets a little bit darker early? Those type of things that we can work through as they come back with the feasibility study. But this allows us to give to our team, Archer Elgin, to begin the preliminary studies, and that's what this covers. Yes, Walter?
I'm missing something. 42,000 for the study and 13,000 for the result.
No, Walter.
Oh, okay.
So it's 42,000 total for everything.
Oh.
In the task
Oh,
order
oh.
22, that the packet, it's BOSA site is 13,500.
Yes.
Plattner site is 13,500. And the new park site, which is basically the full court basketball court, that's 15,000, for a total of 42,000 for
Oh.
all three locations for the feasibility study,
I understand.
for them to do the work and all that other stuff.
And
Gotcha,
not only for the
gotcha.
basketball courts, but for parking too, that'll be part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be the comprehensive plan and making sure that we have ADA compliant parking, ramps, all that. It'll encompass everything for us to get these courts, the full court and the two half courts put into the area.
I understand.
Okay, great, thanks, Walter. Any other questions from the alderman? Okay, I will go ahead and read the resolution. So this is Resolution 26-04. This is a resolution of the Board of Aldermen for the City of St. Robert, Missouri, authorizing the city engineer to conduct preliminary research, site evaluation, and feasibility studies for the proposed municipal basketball courts project. Can I get a first motion?
Yes, sir.
Motion by Michael Hanks and seconded by Charles Slider. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Moving on to 3.8, we have another resolution. This resolution is a resolution authorizing Archer Elgin Engineering, our city engineers, to do a surveying and architecture to advertise for competitive bids for the municipal park pickleball court project. This municipal project is a part of our public improvement project that will expand recreational opportunities and serve the growing demand for recreational spaces for our community, for people of all ages. What this allows Archer Elgin to do is to move forward, to gain bids for us to move forward, and to allocate money in order to get this done and get this across the finish line. As you know, Alderman, we submitted this proposal about 8 months ago for a grant. And unfortunately, that grant did not get approved. And so what we were able to do, because of our fiscally responsible budget this year, we were able to allocate enough funds to make sure, not only did, well, hold on, let me back up. We had funds allocated for this in last year's budget that you all approved. The remaining portion of that budget was going to be through the grant. Obviously, that portion did not get approved, so we have to come up with that portion of the grant. Now, back to the fiscally responsible. Because of our budget that we did, a very bare bones budget that we did last year that you all approved, we were able to, and plus with the additional revenues that we're going to talk about here in a second with our amendment to our budget for this year, with the increase in sales revenue and everything, Edna and Anita were able to find the money for us to be able to allocate the money for our recreational space for our residents of St. Roberts. And what this allows us to do is to move forward, to start getting bids to construct this pickleball court, which if you need, if you still want to see it, I know I brought it last, please let me have brought it this time again. I know I brought it last meeting and showed everybody, but if you need to see it, I believe I don't have it, sorry. Sorry, but nothing has changed, yes I do have it. Here is the current project. If you want to see it close up, I can pass it to you. But this is the current project that we have. Now, I will let you all know that the price did go up a little bit. And I'm going to explain to you here in a second. And I know that I did it, most of it in the email. But because of the location of where we're doing it at, and as you can see, the skate park is a little crooked compared to the pickleball court. In order for us to get the pickleball court into the position that it's in, we had to go and add a few additional things to it, which is the big cost was a retaining wall. And so I'm going to show you down here, this is where the retaining wall will be alongside the curb to the community center. We will have to do a retaining wall in order to move the pickleball court in line with the community center to bring that forward, which is, this is the retaining wall. And so with that retaining wall, that was added on an additional cost, including the parking improvements that we had to do to make sure that our park is ADA compliant, which is an additional cost of $192,000. And I know that's very substantial for us, and I get that. But at the end of the day, in order to do this right and to get this done and to be ADA compliant, get it done for our residents, to make sure that it's professionally done and not have to make a bunch of repairs the year after, I'm asking for us to go ahead and move this forward. We've talked about this before. Does anybody want to see this? Yeah, pass that down. Thank you very much. And so again, like I said, the total cost of this whole adventure is an additional $192,000 that Edna and Anita had to find to make sure that we could do it. And the engineers recommended this plan per se, just to make sure that we were compliant not only with ADA, but also to make sure that stormwater runoff from the community center was taken care of, and then to be able to bring the pickleball court closer. All right, I think I've said everything I needed to say. Before I ask the alderman for any questions, Anita, did I miss anything?
No, it's just the ADA parking lot, squaring it up.
Squaring it up, yeah.
Facility.
Yeah.
Hey, Mayor,
Yes, Charles.
you briefed us the last meeting.
We did, but that was for us, that was for just to let everybody know that we were bringing this forward to this one. So, and Charles brings up a good point, because last meeting we talked about this, and that was in order for it to go to committee. It went to committee last week?
Yeah.
Last week, it went to committee, and we were able to discuss it and talk about it and stuff like that, and it was voted and passed by the committee to bring it forward to this meeting. And so that's where we're at now with that, so. Kial, any questions? John?
No, you've answered all my questions.
Thank you, John. Mike?
No,
This
sir.
is a big deal. This is a lot of money that we're allocating for this. But and that's why I want to make sure that everybody has any questions or comments to please say it. This is our first recreational space that we're going to do for the city of St. Robert since Tiger Typhoon.
And we're going to do it right the
And we're
first
going to
time.
do it right, and we're going to make it a professional place that Steve's parents would be proud of. Right, Steve?
In-laws.
In-laws, your in-laws. I'm sorry, I apologize. Your in-laws would be proud of. Any questions, Walter?
No, sir.
Linda, any questions?
Mayor,
Charles?
I
Yes.
motion that we go forward.
I got to read the resolution
Oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah, let me do that first. Okay, since there's no questions, let me go ahead and read the resolution, please. This is resolution from the City of St. Robert, 26.05. This is a resolution authorizing Archer Elgin Engineering, Surveying and Architecture to advertise for competitive bids for the Municipal Park Pickleball Courts project. Can I get a motion? Charles, seconded by John Moore. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for that. To the residents of St. Robert, your aldermen have answered, and we are going to bring you recreational spaces. And so just bear with us as we work through the bidding process, and then of course with the engineering survey to get basketball courts, but I'm very excited to get this across the finish line. So I do want to thank the aldermen and thank Archer Elgin, and including our city staff for all the work that they've done to get this done. All right, moving on to 3.9. This is a liquor license for Discount Smoke Shop. This is to change from an original package sales to retail by the drink. I definitely need some help on this, Anita, because...
This is, they changed their state license from package sales, which is sealed containers to be consumed off the premises, to retail by the drink. This change does not allow for packaged alcohol to be sold for off-premise consumption, but adds the option for open drinks to be consumed on the premise, only to be included inside the building. Not other surrounding buildings nor the parking lot will be allowed.
Is there any representative here from the Discount Smoke Shop here tonight to talk about it?
They declined.
Okay, because I have a few questions, but I'm going to allow the aldermen, because they might ask questions that I have, and I don't know if you're going to have all the answers, Anita. But the Discount Smoke Shop, from my understanding, is a package store located in the shopping center behind or next to Shoe Sensation and a few other stores. And they are a package store that does vape stores and some other cigarettes and stuff like that. So what they want to do, they want to change it from just selling a 6-pack of beer to allowing me to go into the store and buy a single beer and drink it on the premises. Alderman, do you have
They
any questions?
changed their state license, and also the property owners from whom they rent provided a letter stating they are allowing this change.
I have a question.
Yes, please, Linda. Yeah, please, because I think I don't want to be,
Well,
I'm like
I've
the only
been
one
in
I'm
there
confused.
before.
Can you hit your mic, please? Thank you.
I think I can mouse bigger.
Mhm.
I've been in there before, and it's a very small, small space. And when I went in there, I went in to play the games in the back. I don't even know if they still have the games in the back or not, but are you just gonna stand around up by the register and drink a beer? I mean, there's not like no tables in there, or?
That's my questions, and that's why I was hoping
I
that
mean, it
someone...
doesn't seem like a place I would wanna go and have a drink. I don't, but I'm not the one that's going there, but it just doesn't.
Yeah, and that's why I was hoping someone from the store was here to talk about it, because that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. It's a package store. It's kind of like a 7-Eleven, right? You go in there, you buy your stuff, and
Smaller
then you
than a
leave.
7-Eleven.
this narrow.
Yeah. And there's a
Yes,
space
yes,
in the
Mike,
back
please.
where the games used to be.
Chief Currington,
Yes, sir.
do you have any concerns?
There's really nothing that I can say. It meets all the ordinances, and like Ms. Anita said, the landowner, building owner has already signed off on it. There's really nothing that would preclude them from doing it, other than it's just a change. I mean, the
Yes,
state
sir.
allowed it, the building people allowed it.
Thank you.
I have some questions like Ms. Daniels does, is, you know, you're gonna sit around in chairs, are they gonna put chairs in now and remove some of the other stuff, because they cannot sell packaged liquor now. So, they would have to comply with that.
You said they can't sell
what I was gonna
packaged
ask.
no more?
I don't think so. Did they do both, Ms. Anita?
Yes.
They still have the, so they
Yes.
can sell packaged and, sell liquor by the drink. But
And the ordinance does say the board shall consider the location of the proposed business for which a license is sought with respect to its proximity to school, church, public park, playground, and to other places of character for which a license is sought, and shall have authority to refuse to issue a license when in their judgment the issues therefore would not be in the best interest of the locality in which the applicant applies for a location of such place.
Well, there's no schools or public parks or anything. The only thing that there's a store for parents to buy kids their equipment for sports,
Right,
and then Shoe Sensation.
right.
So those are businesses that will predominantly be parents with children. So that's the
Wendy's.
closest.
And Wendy's.
Well, Wendy's is, yeah, you're right, Linda. Wendy's is a few little bit off, but in that shopping center itself, I'm just trying to wrap my head, and I'm not trying to influence anybody's vote. I'm just trying to wrap my head around to go into a package store and buy a 6-pack and I guess I could just crack one open right there and pound it right there, I guess?
You know, because they have to sell it individually, right? You have to sell an individual drink.
Kiala, do you have something? Go ahead.
I do have a question. Are they converting it into a bar atmosphere, so would their hours of consumption go beyond a time?
Good question.
They would still, be held to the 1 o'clock standard.
Yes,
They
they
can't sell.
still have to follow state.
They still would have to follow the state or the law
I
of
don't
1
think they're
o'clock.
open until 1, to be honest with you.
So what I'm hearing is that they're wanting to change it from a package store to a alcohol consumption environment.
Retail by the drink.
Yeah, retail by the drink.
Yeah, addition to Kiala,
Inside the facility.
they can do package and buy the drink.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll come to you
And still sell their smokes,
Yes.
correct?
and still sell
Still
the other items in their store, that is correct. John, I'll come to you in a second.
Yeah.
Charles?
Now, my word would be the capacity of the people that are in the building. So now, if you're drinking, it's gonna pass its capacity because it's not big enough to hold 20 people.
Yeah.
Well, they would still have to comply with the occupancy rate too. I mean, they still have to comply with all the rules and regulations, but there is not an ordinance that precludes them from doing what they're asking to do. And the state of Missouri allows it as well.
Okay.
So.
Even though it's odd, the state
Yes.
allows it and it doesn't
Yes.
violate any of our ordinances.
Correct.
Okay.
It.
Thank you for clearing that up,
Like
Chief.
this, Ruby Tuesdays is right down the road, right?
Yep.
And they're a restaurant that sells alcohol. So they'll still have to, like we said, apply to all of the ordinances.
Yep.
And obviously, if there's a bunch of problems with it, we have the same recourse as we would with any bar that we were having issues with.
Okay.
So that liquor license, if they're not meeting the requirements, we'll be able to take that back.
Okay. John, please, hold on just a second. John, I want to come to John real quick.
Yeah, it appears as though it's questionable in most people's mind, is how it comes across to me. It's unfortunate that the business owner did not show up to kind of answer these sort of questions. So it's my recommendation that we postpone voting on it or table it or something to that effect and ask them to come here to answer the questions that we have.
Yeah, that's a great point. John, thank you so much for that. Linda, I know you had something?
Yeah, when they say sell individual drinks, are these just beer, or will they be mixing drinks and selling,
I believe that they would be allowed to sell shots.
sell cocktails and,
Yes.
okay.
It's
I
a,
agree with John. I would like to have the business owner present himself so we can ask questions, because we just don't have enough information to.
yeah, and I just want to caveat, Chief is very clear in his, and I agree with both of you all. Chief is very clear, though, it doesn't violate the ordinance, but it still raises the question, to me, a package store, right, is they're gonna just walk in and, hey, can I get a shot of Jack Daniels real quick while I buy this 6-pack and smokes? I'm not against that. I just, to me, it's not, can't compare it to Ruby Tuesday or a VFW or anything like that, because it is not a place to go and hang out at the bar and have a few drinks. It is a place to go buy and then leave. And so drinking on the premises, I think, is just, the big question.
Then
So-
again, maybe it is a place. Maybe he has changed it on
Right.
the inside since I've been there. Maybe
That-
there's a space in the back.
And that
now
leads
for
to
people
John's,
sit down
that's
and
right.
have a drink and.
And that leads to John's point, is if the owner was here and he can explain it to us, I think it would clear things up for us.
It would, but
Yeah.
We can vote and-
it looked like a shotgun house, straight through, so where's the exit? I mean, other than that front door.
There's a rear exit there, but I'm not really sure that the normal customer has access to that unless there's an emergency.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
But all of those businesses there have a rear emergency exit.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Anita, do we have to vote on this?
You could vote
Please
to
turn off
table
cell
it
phone.
there
We can
until-
table it? Okay. I'm gonna go off of John's recommendation. I think we need to table this before we vote on this. And if we could please ask the business owner, if nothing else, maybe invite us out there or come talk to us or give us an email, try to explain to us a little bit what their intent behind it is. I think it would just clear it up. Even though it doesn't violate ordinance or state law, I think there's just think they're just raising some questions, and I think all of the aldermen are on to something about this, including myself. So we're gonna go ahead and table this ordinance to approve the liquor, or not ordinance, excuse me, we're gonna approve to push this liquor license off until next month. Okay, thank you, Alderman, thank you, Chief, thank you, Anita, for all of that. Again, I'm not saying it's not the right thing to do to approve it, we just need a few more answers, and I think getting the owners here will definitely help next month. So, Anita, if you could please work that with the owners and send them an invite to come to our, I believe, 15 August meeting. All right, moving on to 3.10, this is an ordinance of the City of St. Robert, Missouri, approving change order number 5 to contract with McClanahan Construction Company for the WWTF mechanical screen collection system. So I'm going to allow Steve to please come up and talk about this, because he can do it a much better way than I can. I just know that this is in reference. Steve, come on up. Come on up, and you want to talk to us a little bit about 3.10 for the contract with McClanahan Construction for the mechanical screen collection system.
Yeah,
the wastewater
this was the continuance of last year when we actually bought the mechanical screen, and then we knew we was going to have somebody come in and build the structure to house this. And that's what this is, the continuance is the second part of that pre-screen for the lift station to the treatment plant. I believe we had 2 contractors that was still under contract with us, so we're just doing I guess a change order to their original contract to add this on there.
Which will definitely save us money for sure.
Yes.
Yep. And so this portion of the wastewater treatment facility is the screening portion where things that should not, the collection, that things that should not go into the treatment plant, like rags and baby wipes and all that other stuff.
Right now, we do have a manual screen. The bars on those are so wide, they don't handle that much flow. I mean, we're taking 800,000 gallons a day, pretty much. When it rains, we're over 3 million.
Wow.
So we get a big influx. So the lift station down there, we have 6 motors in that lift station that pumps it up to the treatment plant. Each one of those motors is anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 a piece. Right now, we're sitting on about a 2-foot rag blanket over those. So those suck the rags up in there. We could end up losing motors. You can't keep up with it the way it is. Well, you just can't get it out of there. The lift station is 40 foot deep, a little over 40 foot deep. So it's hard to, we're gonna actually have to flood it when we get these rags under control and try to get it out of there. It's probably gonna take some time.
Okay. I know that we have been discussing this screening work for many months, like even into last year. We've been talking about needing to do this, but I think now is the time where it is time, right? And so if you look, Alderman, into your, when you got your packet, Exhibit C showed that the proposal, there was 3 bids that were sent out by Archer Elgin, and they received them back. McClanahan, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Construction came up with the lowest proposed bid at $370,000 for this. Alderman, do you have any questions for Steve or Anita? John?
Has this already went through the committee and all of that work, or does it need to?
It has been a long time ago. This
So it's
is
already-
part of the original construction project plan. It just, we didn't push it forward until now.
This is
Is that a correct
structure that
statement?
goes in the ground of the first piece that we purchased last year. It takes about a year to build that. We won't see that until, they can actually put this in. We can use the mechanical bar screen side of it until or the manual bar screen side until the mechanical automatic one comes in. That won't be in probably until November, December timeframe.
Sure. And this is a budget, already in the budget and all that stuff.
It is, and it's a very important part of it.
Oh,
I mean,
that's-
yeah, as you know, John, I'm not,
Yeah.
you know the deal, that if we don't get this done, we could have a catastrophic event at the wastewater treatment plant.
Yeah.
And the stuff that it siphons out is stuff that we don't need to go into our system, so. Okay, great, thanks, John. Mike Hanks, do you have any questions? Sir. Walter, any questions of Steve? Linda, any questions? Charles? Kiala, do you have any questions of Steve? I know this is a...
No, sir.
No, sir, okay, thank you very much, appreciate it. All right, thanks, Steve. Anita, any additional that Steve might have
No,
missed?
this was just a two-part project, and we've worked on it for 2 years, Steve, or 3 years now,
Yeah,
so.
and now we're here at the
Now we're
point that we
here
gotta
to
get it
spend the
done.
money, so.
Okay, I am going to, all right, first reading is a bill. Bill number 26-031. This is an ordinance of the City of St. Robert, Missouri approving change order number 5 to our contract with McClanahan Construction Company, Inc. for WWTF wastewater treatment facility mechanical screen collection system. Can I get a first motion, please? Motion by Linda, seconded by Walter. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Keala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Second reading is a bill. Bill number 26-031. This is an ordinance of the City of St. Robert, Missouri approving change order number 5 to contract with McClanahan Construction Company, Inc. for the wastewater treatment facility mechanical screen collection system. First motion, please.
Motion.
John and Michael Hanks. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Keala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, third reading, ordinance number 4245. This is an ordinance of the City of St. Robert, Missouri approving change order number 5 to contract with McClanahan Construction Company, Inc. for the wastewater treatment facility mechanical screen collection system. Can I get a first motion? Charles and Linda. Second motion by Linda. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Keala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next 3.11. This is going to be an ordinance authorizing the purchase of 3 Nova neck sets, 630A 15 kV complete sets of the Nova XX STS reclosures, electrical reclosures for the city at a total cost of $52,380. Steve, please come on up to discuss what a reclosure is. I did research, but I'm sure you can explain it better.
This is actually another two-part. It was such a big project that we wanted to split it up into 2 different years. So last year we purchased the first part of this. It's the reclosures that goes for our substation.
The first 3 we bought last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and then it's a 2-part. You have to have both parts to put it together.
Gotcha.
So we purchased half of it last year. This section here it goes in and then it all has to be put up. And this ordinance here will include the programming of those. So yes, our reclosures are getting old and out of date and unreliable. So that's why we opted to do the upgrade on it in our substation.
And the other 3 are good to go because we did those last year. So this is 3 additional to
No,
make the
it's
set.
the same, this is the second part of the
Oh, okay,
first
gotcha.
part. It's just for 3 reclosures for our substation.
Okay.
How we get the power fed into us.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Thank you very much for clarifying that. All right, I'm good. John, any questions?
No question.
Mike, Walter, Linda, Charles, Keala, anything? I think it's pretty straightforward, so. Okay, thank you very much, Steve. All right, first reading is a bill. This is bill number 26-032, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of 3 Nova neck sets, 630As, 15 kV complete sets of the Nova X NXSTS reclosures VKR-30. Can I get a motion?
Yes, sir.
Motion by Walter, seconded by Linda. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Keala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, second reading is a bill number 26-032. This is an ordinance authorizing the purchase of 3 Nova Next sets, 630A-15 kV complete sets of the Nova Next sets reclosure VKR-30s. First motion, please. First motion by John, seconded by Michael Hanks. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Keala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda.
Yes.
Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, third reading is an ordinance. This is ordinance number 4246, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of 3 Nova Next sets, 630A 15 kV complete sets of the Nova Next sets reclosures VKR-30. Can I get a first motion, please, by Charles and seconded by Linda? Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Keala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda. Yep. Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next item. This is 3.2. This is an ordinance authorizing the passage, enforcement, and utilization of a revised 2026 budget for the city of St. Robert. In the email and the packet that you were sent, I kind of generally laid out the difference of the original budget to the amended budget. The amended budget is 2.8 million and some change additional to the budget, and that additional money to our original budget is due to an increase in general sales tax, our TAP grant, increased electrical, water, and natural gas sales, and of course disposal, and of course capital expenditures for transportation equipment, and that has a lot to do with our transportation equipment for our sanitation team. And then lastly, an increase in our park sales tax that we had. So we, just to caveat, when we did the budget last year, one of the things that I asked Anita and Mark to do was to be very Scrooge-ish. I don't even know if that's a right word, to be Scrooge, because we wanted to make sure that we were in a good place for the city of St. Robert. And the good news is that obviously with this mid-year amendment to the budget, we have achieved that, and so now we're in a much better spot to know where we're at. It includes all the work that Edna did to get our 2024 audit done, and as well as working on our 2025 audit with Larry. And so I think with this passage of the mid-year amendment, it puts us in a good place. We do have projects that we need to get done. We got of course, we got the wastewater thing that we just passed. We got Chubby's that we need to get through the budget. Of course, our pickleball courts and some other things. And so definitely good news for the city of St. Robert, and including our A- rating for our credit rating. So anyway, enough from me. What are the questions from the city of St. Robert aldermen that you might have in regards to this? Or Anita, let me ask, please. First.
It went through finance, they went through it in great detail. It did go through committee and come out, recommendation going to the board.
So it doesn't change any of our spending other than the things that we know that we've talked about, like we know that we're going to have to do the wastewater treatment facility thing, and some of our other items include things that we haven't done yet because we got the tipping floor we still need to work on.
Right.
We got Chubby's that we need to get done. And so obviously those things are still looming out there that we're going to need to work on, including our Ridge Creek water project that we're going to end up having to purchase all the stuff this year. And so it just really puts us in a good place to be able to get all that stuff done. We'll go ahead and start down here this time. Charles, do you have any questions?
No, I mean, Miss Anita and Miss Edna did a very good job of explaining it to the Finance and Wage Committee, so I don't have any questions.
Okay, great, thank you. Linda, do you have any questions?
No, it's gotta be done, it's gotta be done.
Yes, ma'am. Walter,
No
anything?
questions, sir.
Mike, anything? John, do you have any questions?
No questions.
Keala, out in cyber world, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. First off, thank you very much for dialing in, Kelly. I know that you're on vacation and dealing with a deer in a vehicle hood. So I'm glad everybody is safe, but glad you could dial in as well. We thank you for that. Okay, we'll go ahead and move forward then. This is a first reading is a bill number 26-033. This is an ordinance authorizing the passage, enforcement, and utilization of a revised 2026 budget for the city of St. Robert. Can I get a first motion, please? First motion by Charles, seconded by Walter.
Yes.
Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, second reading is a bill number 26-033. This is an ordinance authorizing the passage, enforcement, and utilization of a revised 2026 budget for the city of St. Robert. First motion, please. John and Michael Hanks, or Mike Hanks. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala. Kiala,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, third reading is an ordinance. This is ordinance number 4247. This is an ordinance authorizing the passage, enforcement, and utilization of a revised 2026 budget for the city of St. Robert. Can I get a first motion, please? Motion by Walter, seconded by Michael Hanks. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
Okay, the next ordinance up, this is 13.3, our last one for the evening, and it's an easy one. And so this ordinance is going to authorize the city of St. Robert to amend section 600.040 of the city code to update payment methods for liquor licenses. Bottom line up front, this is just going to allow us to use or to accept credit or debit cards to pay for the liquor licenses. Before it was check, cash, or money, or excuse me, cash, money order, or cashier's check only. All this does is add credit card and debit cards for processing. I don't think there's any questions on this one.
No, pass.
Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and get it done then. Pass. All right, so this is first reading as a bill number 26-034. This is an ordinance of the city of St. Robert, Missouri, amending section 600.040 of the city code to update payment methods for liquor licenses. Can I get a first motion, please?
Motion.
Walter, seconded by John Moore. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Linda,
I just have a question.
Yes, ma'am,
Are we
I'm
allowed
sorry.
to pay- Are we allowed to pay our utility bills with credit cards and debit cards?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
Walter,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
good question, thank you. A second reading is a bill. This is bill number 26-034. This is an ordinance of the city of St. Robert, Missouri, amending section 600.040 of the city code to update payment methods for liquor licenses. Can I get a first motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by Linda, seconded by John Moore. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, third reading as an ordinance. This is ordinance number 4248. This is an ordinance of the city of St. Robert, Missouri, amending section 600.040 of the city code to update payment methods for liquor licenses. Can I get a first motion, please? Motion by Walter, seconded by Michael Hanks. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala,
Yes.
Charles,
Yes.
Linda,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
John.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much for all that hard work. Appreciate that. Moving on to section 4 of our agenda. This is comments by the aldermen. I would like to go ahead and please start with Kiala, who is, I think, in Michigan, right? You're out there in Michigan?
Yes, sir, I'm out here in Michigan.
Fantastic.
I just want to say thank you to all the departments for allowing me to spend the time with them and see all that they do for our city and our residents. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time.
Well, thank you very much, Alderman Bennett, for taking the time out of your day to spend with our city staff to see what they go through every day in taking care of our residents. So I appreciate that. All right, we'll start down with John. John, do you have any comments?
I just have one comment, it's about the Employee of the Month, Larry Doba. As you guys know, we're working on our restaurant, Bulgogi, getting it opened. He has been very helpful in making sure that we meet what the requirements are early, ahead of time, so that we don't build something and then have to deconstruct it and start all over.
Sure.
So he's been on hand for us and been very helpful for us, and I just wanted to acknowledge him for that.
Well, thank you very much, John, I appreciate it. And that's, your words kind of echo what everybody else has said about him. Very professional, smart in his job and everything else. So thank you very much, John, appreciate that. And we're excited to break ground or cut the ribbon or welcome you officially to the your
Looking
brick
forward
and
to
mortar.
it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Mike Hanks.
Yes, sir, I'd like to echo what John just said. That was the office I visited today and had a long talk with Jeremy and Larry. What a rock star, Larry. I learned about his job. It's like being in the military. Okay, here's your job, then here's your multi-list of additional duties so many other things he does. Wow, have we got a rock star.
Yeah, we're very blessed for sure.
Yes, sir, we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Mike, for taking the time out of your day to go visit a lot of the offices as well. So, Walter, please.
Nothing other than the fact that I really enjoy being a citizen of St. Robert and all the personnel that go into making my life here very blessed.
Very good. Thank you, Walter. Appreciate that. Linda?
Nothing.
Nothing. Charles?
One thing.
Yes, sir.
The Alpine House, Mayor, it's some shenanigans going on the Facebook page, and they're talking about Alpine House. Is it appropriate for us to say something about it, or can we?
No, that's a
can you
great.
address that?
Yeah, that's a great question, Charles. And what we addressed on social media about the Alpine House is basically all that we can say. The Alpine House is currently in the legal system, and that's where it's at. And so our stance is that we take advice from our lawyer, and our lawyer has advised us to be patient as they work through the legalities of it to make sure that everything is, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and more to follow on the outcome of Alpine House.
So now it's fair to say that we are actively engaged in the process.
Oh, absolutely, 100%, yeah. And that's been vocalized in the community. I just think that some people might have missed that when we vocalized that, because we have done that in the past. And we just want to make sure that as we go through the process of the Alpine House, everything has to be done through the proper legal channels. Yes, Linda, you're welcome. Thank you, Charles. Yes.
I do have something.
Sure, Linda.
The mayor has made it possible for people to come into the city council chamber and address the city council about questions and things that they have. I would like for people to take advantage of that instead of complaining on Facebook about everything that they see come. I mean, there's just, and the mayor has answered people on Facebook and they still don't get it. So if you have a question about anything that's going on in St. Robert, you have that opportunity to come in here before our meeting and address the mayor and the council and get the good answer, not the one you see on Facebook.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. And I appreciate that, Linda, because anybody that has had a question on social media, somebody on this panel has answered that question, right? Whether it's myself or some of the other aldermen, you know, getting after it and making sure that our citizens, because obviously at the end of the day, we're not trying to hide anything. We're trying to, but there are some things that we can't say or go into detail on, and those are some of the things that I think where the questions might come in. And I would just say that we are working, especially the Alpine House, but as well as everything else intuitive as well. So thank you very much for that. All right, moving on to section 5, comments by the administration and the one thing that Steve has. So first up is the police chief.
He has a couple
Chief, he has a couple, thank you, Linda. It's a couple things, I apologize.
Yeah, he does, so I'll make this quick. I'll try to do
Thanks,
this real
Chief.
quick. Thank you guys for having us tonight. It's been a really good meeting. I wanted to let you guys know that the red dot site training has been completed. The entire department has been trained. and all personnel are qualified with those new weapon systems. So all of the officers are now carrying their 9mm that are equipped with the red dot sight system. I'd like to thank Lieutenant Geddes and Sergeant Sankovich for their hard work in getting the entire department trained up on that. I also like to thank the department for working so hard to be trained up on that. So they did a fantastic job of getting that done in a small time frame. In May, Lincoln University, the academy, had their first completion and had 5 graduates. We hired 2 of those graduates, and they are currently in our FTO program. So they're about 6 weeks in right now. So real proud of them, and they seem to be doing really well. The last thing I'd like to talk about real quick is the Pulaski County Fair. It was a great success. There was very few, I can think of maybe one small incident that occurred. We provided security along with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department, and it really worked out this year. Everybody behaved well. I'd like to thank Sheriff Fall and his deputies for their assistance in making the fair safer this year, and of course our officers that worked that assignment as well.
Thank you, Chief. And before I turn it over to the Alderman for questions for you, I just want to say 2 things. First off, the red sight qualification, 100%
Yes, sir.
of all of your officers.
Correct.
That is a huge, being a former law enforcement officer, that is a huge thing to have 100% of your officers qualified with red sights. And so I want to thank the Alderman because you all approved that, right? To allow our officers to have that, correct, Chief?
Yes, sir.
And so we want to thank you for that, because providing our officers and our fire department and our sanitation team all the tools necessary to do their job properly, to protect the citizens of St. Robert, is our job. And so we want to thank you for that. And the next thing I want to thank you, because Chief kind of just whimmed over it, right? 5 people graduated from the academy.
Yes, sir.
Right? We hired 2.
Yes.
But there's more to the story than that, because that academy didn't just happen on its own. Resources, instructors, time, equipment came from our department to support that. We believe it's the right thing to do because it will produce officers for our department without them having to go elsewhere.
Absolutely.
But the work that you and your team did, Chief, to make sure that that police academy was as successful as it was, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Alderman, do you have any questions for the Chief?
I do.
I don't have any questions.
Go ahead, Linda.
Do you know if the other 3 got hired anywhere or not?
Yes,
I just want to know if they got
all
hired.
3 of them, I believe, were hired elsewhere. I know one went out of state, one went to Camden, and I'm not really sure where that last young man went.
That's a good record then, all of them got
Yes, no,
jobs.
absolutely, absolutely. They worked hard. I mean, I can assure you, we had a lot of instructors in there, and they made it difficult for them, and they all completed it. So very proud of all of them. But there's 10 candidates in this next academy.
Oh, wow.
When does that start, Chief?
It starts sometime in August. I'm not sure
August?
exactly on the date, but sometime here in August. And I think they're going to limit it at 10. It just makes it easier to train that many folks. You start getting over, and then you start losing some money. So I wouldn't imagine it would be more than 10 or 12.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yes, Charles.
This past weekend, Chief, a couple of your patrolmen caught some people speeding. And, you know, they speed down Missouri Ave like it's the Daytona 500. Yes. And I'd like to, you know, commend them for stopping these people. One guy passed by going about 75 miles an hour, man, in a truck. And you could hear the engine, you know, revving up. And the patrolman looked right behind him, flipped the lights on, and pulled him over. So
They're very vigilant on traffic safety, so thank you, sir.
Yeah, and lastly, to echo Charles, thank you for all that you and your officers do each and every day for not only for the residents of St. Robert, but for the county as well, because we have a lot of visitors as well. So thank you, Chief. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, could I ask the fire chief, or
He had to run, they had to run on a call.
they had to run on a call? Do you know if they had anything, Anita? I think it was probably just their
He was
normal
just gonna
update.
give an update on calls. He'll email it out to everybody.
Okay, Alderman, I'll make sure that you all get the call list from the fire department when they get out, so. All right, and it looks like our park superintendent is busy at the concession stand at the pool still. They are a little bit short-staffed, and so Travis has been putting in the hours to make sure that our recreational space, our Tiger Typhoon, is operational and providing services to the residents of St. Robert. So I just want to publicly thank Travis. There's a lot of hard work that he goes behind the scenes to make sure that the concession stand is stocked and the lifeguards are present, and there's a lot. And so Travis, you're a rock star as well. We thank you for all that you do. But don't ever miss a meeting again. No, I'm just joking. Thank you, Travis, for all that you do.
They were really busy when I went by there today.
Yeah.
They were.
The weather is perfect for it, right? So,
Yeah.
all right, next up is our transfer station manager. Is it you, Ricky, or Caleb? It's you.
Whoever you want.
No, Ricky, we miss you, Ricky. We need to keep you on your toes, make sure you're good. Caleb had enough limelight today, so. Ricky, please go ahead.
So first I'll give you the June tonnage report.
Yep.
So we did 4,415 tons brought in, an average of 200 tons a day.
Wow.
Then we did some maintenance. We brought in some
Can't read the writing.
restaurant dumpsters to be cleaned and inside and out, and we put some disinfectant stuff in it so we would kill some of the smell.
Gotcha.
And then we took the e-waste box to Springfield for recycling. That was all the computers and flat screens and stuff like that.
Okay.
We got the case back, the wheel loader that had a transmission problem. We got it back and it's running good. We took multiple loads of scrap metal, about 8 tons of scrap metal last month.
Oh, wow. Do we get reimbursed for that? Scrap metal?
They pay us, yes.
Okay.
On the 23rd, trailer 26, we had to take to Monday's trailer repair to get landing gear repaired. And on the 26th, we had to take 2 trucks to Springfield. One was the Freightliner trash truck, had to go to Premier Trucking. It had for service, and it ended up being a sensor.
Okay.
And the other one was one of the road tractors, the Internationals, went to Rush, and it had to be serviced.
Okay. I like to hear service, because you maintain our equipment, service it, and most of us know PMCS, daily maintenance, makes equipment last a whole lot longer. And so I really love to hear of all the stuff that you're servicing and getting done and stuff. I know that we're probably, Ricky, I don't know, 3 or 4 months into being the primary pusher to the landfill. Everything, obviously the alderman did a great job in helping us get all those things purchased so we can do it ourselves. How's everything going with that? Is
It's
pretty
doing
smooth?
well. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It's just a lot of hours for the guys.
Yep.
I mean, it's actually takes a little longer than I thought when you, due to traffic, due to multiple people at the landfill and waiting on the scale.
Yep.
It just, a lot of hours for the guys. And trying to get them squared away so they don't have too many hours is floating between me, Caleb, Paul, Brett. It just rotates and it's just a lot of hours on the road.
Yeah. Yes, Linda?
Do we need to hire another driver?
Got some picked out. I'm supposed to get with Dana next week and try to get another guy.
Didn't we just hire a couple?
We hired 2 of them from Stella,
Yeah.
and
We lost.
We lost.
one.
yeah, we lost one.
in the last week or so,
Do
so.
we have a position that we could hire into there?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay,
We have positions open, it's just finding the
okay,
proper personnel with CDL and stuff like that,
okay.
which we will pay for if anybody's out there
Right.
looking for it. We will train you and pay for it to get your CDL, so.
But,
Okay, yes, Walter?
Chief, I just noticed though, you guys are cutting your own grass over there too.
We borrow, if the street guys, when they cut J. Exclusion, they usually come and cut our grass for us. But if they're too busy, I usually borrow a mower, or we got a push mower, and we just do the flat spots, and then they can do the hills. But they help us out a lot too.
Well, Ricky, thank you very much. On behalf of myself and everybody else, I mean, the amount of work that you all put into, again, getting my trash bag from my trash can, from there to the transfer station and to the landfill, there's a lot of work in between there. And I personally thank you on behalf of everybody, and you just continue to let us know what we can do to help you and get things going on, but appreciate all that you and your team do. Thank you.
Wait about 18 years, you got one coming up, you might come back.
That is true.
All right, Jason's not here. I know he's probably out working as well. Steve, you got a couple of things for us?
One thing.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. It's never one thing.
It's a list of them.
It's a list of them. Okay,
One
gotcha.
list.
All right, give us your one list of things to do for us.
Just update on a few items here. Lift station pump that had, it was sent in for repairs, because a lot of our lift stations are 50+ years old, so they're having trouble getting parts now for these old pumps. So it's still in there, we're still down a pump in one of the stations, so we're just trying to wait and see what they figure out on that.
Okay.
A Ridge Creek well went down on the 7th due to a broken pipe that was down inside the well, about 20 foot down. It wasn't too bad. We did not lose the pump in the well. They was able to get it pulled back up and repaired.
That's good news.
We've been stockpiling dirt down by the shooting range, so we'll be ready for the contractor when he starts putting that structure in for the bar screen, because it has to actually come up a little bit out of the floodplain. So they're going to use the fill dirt that they stockpiled down there for the plant. It was our job just to get it on site for them, so it'll be closer for them to move. So we've been moving that around. Plus, I think we're gonna try to build a berm to not completely shut the water off going through the shooting range, but divert it a little bit, so maybe we won't get a full washout whenever it does flood.
That's a good idea. Okay.
They've done a little maintenance on one of the oldest street sweeper. We had to replace all the skirts and the curtains. And while they had the head out from underneath it, we did notice there was a pretty big, good war spot in the metal. So we cut that out and patched it. So we was able to catch that before it got too bad.
That's great.
One of the composite samplers went down at the treatment plant, and we had to buy repair parts to get it back up and running. They did get it up and running. Also, the HVAC unit went down there, so they do not have air in the lab, so we're having to send all of our lab out. Now it's having to be outsourced because it has to be a consistent temperature in there to do the lab work. What we're concerned with is hopefully the humidity, high humidity and the heat in there doesn't hurt any of the other lab equipment, because there's thousands of dollars worth of lab equipment in there.
What's the status of the air conditioner? I know you guys said it was going to be yesterday. It was going to be delivered, but
I think he said he was gonna either hoping it would be there today or tomorrow, and I haven't heard an update since then.
yeah, please let us know if there's something we can do, because I mean tomorrow's really our last day, because most people are going to be off on the 3rd, and then that means we're going to go into the whole Independence Day weekend without it, and that could potentially put the system at risk. So All
He
right,
can
just,
still get in there though, can he, Steve, to fix it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah,
be-
no, I know someone will be able to still get in. I know some people like shut down on the 3rd and stuff like that, so I just want to make sure. Okay, you got it, Steve. Thanks.
And then, had a water main break on Locust Court on the 12th. Of course, you probably remember that one.
That was
And
fun.
then also, another Ridge Creek well went down and a pump needed to be replaced on it. Just, it's time, it was time for it to go, so I replaced it. Had a power outage in the Foxworth area due to a large bird, and that happened on the 19th. And then on the 20th, that morning, I guess it was, we had another power outage on the Vicky Lynn area, and that was due to some high winds slapping some lines and some winds into some lines. One of our bucket trucks did get red tagged, so cannot work hot. It had to go to, we was able to take it to St. Louis this time instead of St. Joe to get bushings put in the neck of it. So hopefully we'll get it back before too long. And one of our dozers did get broke into over there on the property, I guess, over there off of Plattner, our big piece of property over there. So the dozer did get broke into. They done some minor damage to it. We was able to fix it. We did get it off of the property as soon as we could. It took probably by the next day we got it off. We brought it up where somebody could actually see it a little bit better, but as soon as we could, Ricky could free up the truck, then we got it. So it was about a day or so. Last time something like that happened, I think they broke every window out of it, so, it was.
Just straight vandalism, basically.
Yeah, this time they tore into some toolboxes and tried to get the batteries. One of the other times, we actually had some equipment that they pretty much stripped the motors out of them. So it took all the aluminum off of it, and then tens of thousands of dollars damage. So we tried not to keep equipment in that area and try to move it out, but it makes it kind of hard now. We just don't have the equipment to move these pieces of equipment around like we normally would. So we just gotta kind of leave them set when we do.
Okay.
And that's all I have.
Linda, go ahead.
I have a couple things.
A couple?
Yeah, first of all, you forgot a power outage, the one over by me on Vernon.
Martin?
Yeah, I think a squirrel met its maker.
Was it a weekend or a late night?
It might have been a weekend. I think maybe it was a Sunday.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't tell me on those. I try to catch as much as I can off the hometown grid, but if they don't report them to me, then a lot of times if I don't
They did
catch
a very good job. It was fixed like within an hour, less than an hour maybe. They did a really good job. Then I just have a couple questions. Are they utilizing the old wastewater treatment plant at all?
No, we've had a couple of discussions on that. The only thing left is the building itself. And do we tear it down? I know the police department looked at maybe using it for some training at one time. Don't know, but I know it is not insurable.
We can insure it, and I thought we had to tear it down, but,
I don't know that we had to,
Okay.
but
yeah, we can't get insurance on it.
And the water test that you guys posted on Facebook, does that mean that our water's good? Because I tried to read it and I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. Is our water in good shape?
yeah, I think you're probably referring to the overall test that we have to post every year.
Yeah, and everything's good?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't tell by reading it because it went way over my head.
Pretty much says that we have hard water, and of course everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And I think we only had one violation for it was a posting deal or something. I don't remember. I briefly went through it. I didn't get to read the whole thing.
And I don't remember a bulldozer being parked on Plattner, and I drive there every day.
You'd have to go.
Remember, you have to go.
You'd have to go through Burson and Yeah, Burson's the first street.
Oh, go down in the
Yeah,
woods
go
back
down.
there? Oh, okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, so real quick, just to answer Linda's question, and this was a little synopsis that we posted shortly afterwards, and it says, the City of St. Robert is pleased to share that our 2025 Annual Water Quality Report shows that the city's drinking water continues to meet all federal and state drinking water standards for the contaminants that were tested. The report details where your drinking water comes from, the testing that is performed throughout the year, and the results of those tests. It also includes information about lead and copper, along with tips residents can follow to reduce potential exposure from household plumbing. The report does note 2 administrative notification violations related to required public notices under the lead and copper rule. These were not water quality violations and did not indicate that St. Robert's drinking water was unsafe. The violations were related to notification procedures, not the quality of water itself. The city remains committed to providing safe, reliable drinking water and complying with all state and federal regulations. And we encourage residents to review the full report and learn more about the quality of drinking water. So bottom line is you're very welcome, Linda, absolutely. And bottom line is everything's good. It was just 2 administrative things that kind of faulted us on that. But we will do a better job to bring it down a little bit from a report that I could barely understand as well and be able to get
And that comes from the state.
It does.
We do not generate that report.
Yeah.
That is something from the state, and we're required to post it.
Yep.
And we have to post it by a certain time, or we get violation for that.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
Yeah,
Charles?
Mr. Myers from Ridge Creek, on Facebook, he was requesting information about when the timeline would be for the water connection to the city. Could you address that?
Yeah, so I answered Mr. Myers' question on social media about this is in reference to the Ridge Creek. Don't go nowhere, I got a few comments for you. But this is in reference to the Ridge Creek water plan. And so my response to him was the same response that we have been on, is that the plan is for this December to purchase all of the equipment necessary to do the work. It's cheaper in the winter. I don't understand it, but it's an engineer thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then the goal is to start spring of 2027 on connecting, oh, Steve just gave a little, no, not spring, that's what we've been talking about. Has it been pushed a little bit?
No, I don't know if maybe Jeff was misunderstood or something, but usually you get cheaper rates for a wintertime project. If you bid it in the winter for a spring, that's when everybody's gearing up.
I think that's, okay, maybe I misunderstood him when he said that. We're doing something in the winter to make sure that we get the lowest cost possible. And then the spring is when we plan to do all the work. So,
Okay.
Anita, we'll clarify with Jeff to make sure.
We met with him and he told us that he would get it prepared to go out to bid for spring construction.
Okay.
Is what he told us.
So then it was the bidding portion of it. My apologies, I misunderstood
good.
that. So it's the bidding process to get it done in the spring, and that will be the plan.
So spring of 2027.
That's correct. The goal of ours is to start connecting residents to the Shasta Tower? Shasta Tower.
I think they have to upgrade the line from Shasta
To Ridge
that
Creek.
neighborhood because they're doing, I had some questions for Jeff, but I haven't done
Yep.
some questions.
And then phase 2 of that project is the tower, and that has not been agreed that we need to do it or anything like that. But we know that if we go that route, that's phase 2. That is not part of phase 1, which is connecting the Ridge Creek residents to city water.
So in phase 1, that will connect them to good water,
Well, they have good
City
water now,
water,
but it's
yeah.
city water.
City water.
They don't have to depend on a well.
well, okay.
I think there's 5 wells up there now that we're coordinating,
correct.
having to coordinate,
Yep.
mandated have to.
This is another
And we
one.
purchased part of the pipes, or a good portion of the pipes with our COVID money, so we already have a lot of that.
There's a lot of material already
Right.
sitting, ready to go. There's just bits and pieces that
Okay.
are needed to finish.
Thanks, Mayor.
No, thank you, Charles, I appreciate it. And I do apologize for, it wasn't the parts that we're gonna be purchasing in this area, it's the bidding portion for the work, so appreciate that. Any other questions for Steve before? Steve, I just wanna throw a couple comments at you. First off, Again, I know I continue to say this every meeting, but Hometown Grid continues to be a home run for the city. Just to see the residents and hear the residents talk about how great it was for them to report their outage, report the water main break in the Woodridge subdivision, and the response time and the notifications from the Public Works team to the residents that they're working it or they're coming or they're en route has just been super tremendous. And I know I sound like a broken record saying this every month, but it is a huge win for us, and so thank you for that. And lastly, from the residents of Locust Court, we want to thank you and your team for your very fast response to repair the water main breakage. All of the residents, I was not in town at the time, but all of the residents reported back to me that they were very impressed with your team's response, work in the middle of the night. It was into the evening to get it done. And so just a big thanks to you and your team, Steve. Thank you very much. All right, thanks for those few things. All right, IT's not here. Mark, you're up.
Okay. If I could just reiterate what the mayor said about how busy Travis has been. Anita and I were talking right before the meeting, about 20 minutes before, and she said, "Oh man, we have to give a council report." I'm like, "We haven't had time to even write things down yet." So I just, that's how much I got. So I'm sure I'm going to miss some things, but Travis has been inundated down there. You guys might not have known that he's been by himself about the last 4 weeks. Our park assistant resigned, so we have been in the process of trying to hire somebody. Anita and myself, Dana, everybody teamed up, tried to take some of that off his plate. Of course, Travis is one that says, you know, when you ask him, "Hey, what can I do to help you?" "Oh, I don't need anything, I got it. So we've been trying to help with the facilities, help with however we can, but like the mayor said, he's been putting in a lot of work, so I respect him for that. But we do have an assistant hired. This week was her first week down there. She was a part-time youth sports person. Kelsey Sigler is going to be our parks assistant, and she's down there working with him today. So I think she's going to be a great asset for us in that department. I've been helping out Train Man, doing facilities, working out the facility rentals, making sure everything is going on that. What else? Keeping up with time and attendance implementation, trying to get everything ironed out with that. Meeting with Kristen, trying to get all the bugs out. We're getting ready to transition to the licensing and permitting aspect of Tyler. We met with him today on that. Reminder, M&L conference is September 13th through 16th.
Yep, good reminder.
If you have changed plans, if you cannot go, get with me as soon as you possibly can. That will be at Lake of the Ozarks. Update on the RV park, we remain at 97% occupancy year to date. So far, we're on pace to generate about $140,000 in revenue through the RV park. So far, life of the RV park, we've generated $321,000. And last but not least, fireworks coming up this weekend. We had a change in ordinance last year. Citizens can shoot off fireworks from July 3rd through the 5th, 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. daily.
That's great.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Mark. Great update. Appreciate that. That's one less thing I got to talk about is our fireworks. Edna, please.
Well, good evening. Just want to say it's going to be a short report. I was a little busy today doing training and operations session at the last minute for payroll. Okay, but I will go forward with a couple of updates. The June sales tax received for the month of June was $307,940.64. This was the direct results of $30,794,064 in the city of St. Robert for the month of April.
Total sales.
Total. Wow. It was month of April sales distributed in the month of May, and we received it in the month of June. Okay. The balance in the operating checking account after we deduct the current payable checks and the upcoming, as of this Friday, payroll will be $3,462,541. And I did want to update you also on the Tyler licensing and permitting program. I think this is going to be a magnificent program for the city. we have never had electronic online portals for customers to register for business licenses, renew business licenses, register for liquor licenses, and renew for liquor licenses online. This is gonna be a great program.
That's huge.
By Tyler. And thank you for the purchase.
Yeah, no, thank you for bringing it to our attention, because at the end of the day, someone should be able to do it from their home and purchase a license. And I'm sure John has probably had to do a few of those in his preparation. But being able to do it from online is a huge thing. And so thank you for continuing what you do each and every day. Appreciate it. Anything else? Alderman, any questions for Mark right now?
I did, but I already forgot what it was.
Was it something to do about fireworks? Because you,
I don't know.
okay. Dana?
Well, we have had 4 full-time positions leave the city. Full-time custodian, full-time dispatch, full-time bookkeeper, and a full-time CDL equipment operator at the transfer station. We're looking to fill those positions. They are posted. We're actively reviewing the candidates and hope to get people in for interviews and hopefully get those positions filled quickly. We did hire and place a person, a CDL for the Fort Leonard Wood sanitation, a CDL for the transfer station, and then the full-time park assistant position, which was the part-time youth sports position that is now, she's over with Travis, so we think that'll be a very good fit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a summary of the HR activity for employees for the month.
Gotcha. Thank you, Dana. Linda, go with your question before you
It
forget.
came back. Is there a guest book at the Neon Park for people to sign? Would there be any way to have one there, or is I don't know, I just think it would be really fun to know where people are coming from that go there and see it, because you know they come from all over. I just wondered.
I can research that and try to get back with you on how we can do it.
I don't know if there's something digital you could put in there.
That's what popped into my head, is maybe a QR code or something on a sign that says, let us know
Yeah.
where you are, or where you're
Yeah.
from, scan a code, put in their address or something.
I think
and it
that
goes
would
to
be
a database
interesting
of
to
some
see,
sort.
because I bet there's people come from a lot of places.
Right.
Every time I go there, I meet someone from out of state, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Anita, anything for the team, please?
I have a few things. The 2027 MoDOT plan includes paving Route 66 and Missouri Avenue, the asphalt portions only, on a contract that'll go out in September for bid. The other portion is for the concrete. It's separate from the asphalt. They explained that to me today. They called and they offered to bid out the Neon Park portion if we wanted to partner with them, so they're gonna do that. They said it'd be about $20,000 to do everything over there, but they would get out a partner agreement once they get the bids back. The Finance Committee will meet July 7th at 4 o'clock for property and casualty insurance. Bids are in. The Pulaski County Growth Alliance today announced the small business grants. They do it for 10 employees or less for $500. The mayor's gonna post it on, I think, on the city Facebook.
Yep.
And I know the Growth Alliance put it out, so last year they had a great response to that, and it's county-wide for that. The airport terminal they were due for an August, they hoped, grand opening, and it's been kicked back to September or October due to weather, so we'll keep you informed about what's going on with that. And I think that was all I had, Mayor, in my notes.
Okay, sounds great. In regards to the Pulaski County Growth Alliance grant, they're doing 2 grant sessions this year, correct? They're
Yes,
doing
sir.
one in the spring and then one in the
in the
fall. Do you remember how many grants they're gonna give in
They're
each
gonna
session?
give 10 total, 5 in each setting.
Okay, so this one that's open right now, they will give 5 local businesses a potential grant.
$500 grant.
$500 grant, okay. Perfect, yes, we'll get that out on social media. That's a huge thing. All right, any alibis before I go into my closing? Yes, Ricky?
I do got one more thing. We're gonna be starting the residential route at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
6 in the morning.
So if you're watching, or we'll have to do some kind of social media market. Excuse me. Mark, if you can do like a text message blast on our social media for the city app, if you could put that out there, that waste collection will start at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I know that we put it out for Wednesdays. Oh, is the attorney, oh, she is here. Okay, yeah, thank you very much, appreciate that. Mark, if you could do that on that. And then I know we put it out on all of our platforms that it was gonna be 6 a.m. today. We just need to make sure the residents know it's 6 a.m. tomorrow. And Ricky, I would say if that's gonna be a common standard practice, let's
Yeah.
make sure that's included in our information that we put out, right? So like we already know on a holiday week, there's no recycling, right? Automatically, there's no recycling. We just need to make sure that and 6 a.m. start dates on the Thursday or Friday or the Monday and Tuesday are annotated just to make sure that our residents know. So we'll do that in the future to make sure that's done. So, okay, perfect. Ma'am, our attorney, can't barely see you, but do you have anything for the good of the group?
Just working on a couple projects with Anita and Edna this month, and we're just happy to be part of the team.
Yep, we're happy to have you, and I know that you heard a little bit of discussion about the Alpine House, so we'll be eagerly waiting on keeping us updated as we progress through that, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, just a few things for me. So this is information I know that this won't impact our residents too much, as we will still have someone to cover down on the front office. That way, if you have to pay a bill or do something up at the front office, there will be someone there until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. But I definitely want to acknowledge and recognize the work that our city team has done. And the city employee for the city of St. Robert have been granted a 59-minute rule for tomorrow, so they will be clocking out 59 minutes early tomorrow. But no worries to our city residents. There will still be somebody up at the front to make sure if you do need to come pay your bills and stuff like that. But for the rest of our city staff, we want to say thank you for all that you do and recognize you on this early start of the 4th of July weekend. With that, I would just want to definitely, on behalf of myself and all the aldermen, we would love to wish all of our residents a wonderful Independence Day weekend. Please be safe, and please do all that you can to make sure you keep all 10 fingers. Next thing is we want to acknowledge again tonight, we bid farewell to our garrison commander, former garrison commander, Colonel Stephen Bartley. And we want to officially welcome Colonel McCall as the new garrison commander, or AKA the mayor of Fort Leonard Wood, to the team. We had a great sit down with him yesterday, myself and the city staff, and introduced him to all that St. Robert does for this community. And he was very appreciative of the briefing and looks forward to being a team player with us as we move forward in his next 2 years. He is a Missouri resident, which makes it pretty even awesomer. And this was his first choice, was to come be the garrison commander of Fort Leonard Wood. And so in my eyes, when you want something and you get it, you're going to do an even better job. And so we look forward to that relationship. The next thing I want to talk about is this document right here. So this is our St. Robert Chronicle. It is out, it is live on our social media webpage and our Facebook pages and social media sites. And it's 8 pages full of great information that the city has going on. So if you're a resident, I would highly encourage you to go to our links on our website, on our city app, or on our social media pages. Look for the newsletter, read it. It's got a bunch of great information on there. And share it with those that maybe might not see it. But it's a great document packed full of great information. And so just wanted to share that. And lastly, I just want to say a big thanks to our aldermen. We've been working silently a little bit behind, not behind closed doors, but a little bit behind the curtain a little bit about creating an award for the city of St. Robert. And I am pleased to announce that in the coming weeks, we will officially announce and put out on the street about our Patron of St. Robert Award for Excellence. This award is being done in honor of St. Robert, our history, but it is going to be a community award that we're going to be able to recognize our great members of St. Robert for all that they do for our community. And so more guidance will be put out, but the medallions were agreed and approved by the Aldermen of St. Robert and were purchased, and we look forward to presenting our very first, and many, I'm sure, of all of our great residents and citizens of St. Robert who do so much for our city. And so I'm very excited about that. More to follow on that, but the Patron of St. Robert Award is here, and we look forward to doing that. And that is all I have. Excuse me. The next comment that I have is, so for everybody's notification, our regularly scheduled Board of Aldermen meeting for the month of August has been shifted by 1 week. And so due to scheduling conflicts and some other items that prevented us from doing it on our typical first Wednesday of the month, we are moving our Board of Aldermen meeting to the second Wednesday of the month in August only. And that will still take place at 5 p.m. At this time, I'll ask for any alibis before we go and vote to go to closed session, as we do have a couple of items that we need to do in closed session. So if there's nothing heard, yes, ma'am.
You were going to thank Tom for keeping us going on our...
Yes, thank you very much, Anita. Appreciate that. And that was the one thing I forgot. First off, I want to say, Tom, thank you very much for all that you do to all of our electronics and our computers and our screens and everything that we're able to really project out there in conjunction with Tim. Of course, Tim is alone and unafraid during the summer break while his students are all enjoying a great summer's break, but that doesn't stop Tim from, of course, coming out to support us every time. And so Tim and Tom, we want to thank you for being able to project our city council meeting out to our residents, because we believe transparency is 100% important to us, and because of both of you all, you help us do that. And the second thing, Tom, I just got to say, the haircut and beard look really good on you. I don't know who your hairstylist is or your barber, but they did a great job, and so looking mighty sharp. I think we'll keep you around a little bit, so thank you very much. Thank you, Anita, for that. Oh, Katie. Yes. Kaden, excuse me, I'm sorry. I want to introduce... Let me bring Kaden, come on up here for a second. I am so sorry. I want to introduce everybody because I want you to turn around, Kaden, to look at the camera. So everybody, this is Kaden. And so for those in the city staff, they know who she is because she's already hit the ground running. But I'd like to introduce our newest intern for the summer, and this is Kaden. Kaden is going to be doing some videography work for us for the city of St. Robert. And she has literally hit the ground running, taking all of the ideas that are in our head and putting it out there. And so the beauty behind this is we're going to have some really cool videos, I've heard, some really great interviews with our team. But really at the end of the day, what Kaden is going to be able to do is really tell our story. And I think that was one of the things that when we first talked, her mom and I, about what she could do for our team as an intern for the summer, I knew exactly what it was, and that was to tell the amazing story of our city and all the wonderful things that happens each and every day. And so be on the lookout for her videos, so when you start seeing videos pop up on social media, you'll know who it is. It's this young lady right here, our intern for the city of St. Robert. Give a round of applause for her. Thank you very much for that, Dana. I completely forgot to do that, so thank you so much.
Recognize that she had a really good teacher to teach her how to do all this.
Yes, Tim. Yeah, absolutely. So all things good about her is because of Tim, I'm sure. Well, Tim, she's doing a great job so far, and I've heard it's going to be amazing. And so you'll have to just wait with all of us until we see the final products of her videos, and we're super excited. So thank you for all that you're doing for us. Appreciate that. All right. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and vote to close the meeting and to go into closed session.
Got
Um,
it.
Yes, I'm sorry, Charles, go ahead.
Can I get some clarification from Mr. Rick on the hours for pickup? Is that gonna be permanent?
No, it's 6 a.m. tomorrow only because of the holiday.
It's
Okay,
gonna be
so-
for the heat.
Or do
For
the
heat of the
heat.
summer, we're gonna
Yeah.
be starting at 6.
Okay, that's why I was
So is
asking.
it every day,
Yeah,
Ricky?
it's
Okay,
gonna
I'm
be
sorry, I
every day.
apologize.
You're right.
I thought it was just because tomorrow's a holiday.
No, it's due to the heat and the
Okay.
boys.
So
You got
now-
that, Mark?
So now, the people that are having their trash picked up on Monday,
Yeah.
they need to have it out there
By 6 o'clock.
by 6 o'clock in the morning from now on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Charles, for that clarification.
Remember, Ricky,
I
Whenever
misunderstood.
Ricky lets me know they're going back to 7, we'll put it out there.
Okay.
Okay.
So just to clarify, because I messed up, I misunderstood, and I do apologize. So from here on out, until further notice, pickup is to make sure you have your waste receptacles out on the curb by 6 a.m. due to the heat of the day for our sanitation workers.
And that's gonna start
Tomorrow.
tomorrow
Yes.
and from then on out? Okay.
Yep, thank you very much. And we will get this out on our app, our webpage, and our social media page to make sure all the residents know about this until further notice, and we'll let you know when it goes back to 7 a.m. So thank you very much, Charles. I appreciate you clarifying that. Okay, we will again go to vote to close the meeting and go into closed session. The meeting is being closed pursuant to Missouri law, Chapter 610.021, to include 7.1 legal, 7.2 real estate, and 7.3 personnel. Can I get a first motion, please? Motion by Linda, seconded by John Moore. Clarification, discussion, call the roll, please.
Kiala. Kiala.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Linda. Walter.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
John.
Yes.